It feels good to be back with some Game Day with K-Ray Wolf. Kevin Ray joining us on the Arizona Sports Line ahead of game number 1. Oh, look, he's on TV too.
There he is.
He's on YouTube if you're checking it out. As the Suns get set.
I don't have the cans, but I got the hat for my guy.
That's right. You got the hat on. I like it, Kay. I like that orange T-shirt too. You got the orange phone, don't you?
Oh, sure. Now he likes your clothes. When we were out there at Media Day, he was making fun of you for being too well dressed.
He was coordinated. K-Ray's always coordinated, is he not?
Well, yeah, he's professional. Kay, let's start, right out of the gate. How you're viewing this season? What are you looking for from this team, big picture this season?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited. Probably as excited as I've been in the last 3 or 4 years. And I know people will go, wait a minute, why are you so excited? Much of my excitement and anticipation has to do with a little bit of the unknown. Mm-hmm. But what I do know is what I've seen in the several practices that I've been to, the conversations that I've had, and the excitement stems around just this team's connectivity. We've been using a C word the last couple of years, right? Contender. We're still going to be using a number of C words this year, but it is not contender. Let's not pretend that this is a team that's going to contend for a championship. But what they will do, I believe, on a nightly basis, guys, is compete their asses off.
Yes.
Like they are going to bring it every single night. And you guys know this. I mean, and I've shared this kind of feeling with a number of people. Fans will pay good money to go to a game, whether it's NBA, NFL. All they ask is a few simple things. Compete and act like you care.
Yeah.
And understand that you're in a position to do something that a very small percentage of people get to do. And it is that gratitude, that competitiveness that I've seen out of this team in practices. And that's what I'm anxious to see on a nightly basis.
So, Kay, are you more interested in seeing the schemes that are going to be employed or the skulls that are going to go out there and try to execute the scheme?
Well, it's a little of both. I when we did that last preseason game, I leaned over to EJ, and it was after the 4th or 5th fast break bucket of the night, and it was during a timeout. I said, I've seen more fast break buckets in the 4 preseason games than I have the last 2.5 years. And look, I understand it's preseason, but I've seen enough of what Jordan Ott and his coaching staff want to implement and do on both ends of the floor to know that it is a style of basketball and it is a team that this Suns fan base will be happy to see and be proud of, and really look at it like this is basketball. Like this is what the game is supposed to be. The ball movement, the player movement, the cutting, the screening, getting into players on the defensive end. So that's the part I'm excited about.
Man.
Talking to Kevin Ray. All right, Kay. So is Bradley Beal going to play tonight? Or we don't have to ask that question anymore. We don't have to go through that anymore.
I saw what you did there.
So let me ask you this.
Check that box off.
Yeah. What are you expecting from Kaman Malwatch in year 1? As Wolf has pointed out many, many times, he just turned 19. He's obviously very raw, but very talented, and a guy that a lot of people didn't expect to be there where the Suns were picking at 10. So what are your expectations for him as a rookie?
Yeah, I expect pretty much what you would assume you're going to get from a top 10 pick, and a player with his raw, and I emphasize the word raw, capabilities. But having said that, he comes in as a young man, having only, not even 6 full years of what we'd call basketball experience, and maybe 2.5 of higher level basketball. But he has a keen understanding of spacing on the floor. I've been incredibly impressed with his ability and willingness to talk when he is on the defensive end. It's not often you get young players, much less a young big, communicating, calling out, defensive coverages. Incredibly intelligent young man. There are going to be highs, much like what we saw in that preseason finale against LA. And look, there's going to be lows because he is, as you said, just 19. So physically, he is going to encounter guys. I mean, I think about coming up, on Friday night, Ivica Zubac. I mean, that guy is an absolute earth mover. I don't expect Kaman Malawach to go toe-to-toe with Ivica Zubac, at least physically. So those are the nights where you're going to kind of cringe a little bit, but it's not a bad cringe. It's like, look, he's 19. He's going to a 29, 30-year-old. So those are to be expected, but I don't expect the lows with him to be extended periods because he's shown to be a pretty quick study.
So, Kay, what do you expect from Devin Booker? What kind of year do you expect from Book?
I expect, look, a little bit like what Brian Gregory said, at his press conference when we spoke to him on media day, same thing with Jordan Ott. Like, they know they have to have the best version of Book. You have to have MVP type Book. And if the preseason and his leadership on and off the floor is any indication, I believe that's what we will get. He's come in and, Book is a man of few words, but you can watch the way he works. You can watch the way he works around his teammates and with the coaching staff. Book is one of those guys that, doesn't necessarily show the emotional kind of temperature, if you will. But I see a guy who is under the surface at that white hot level. Like he's seen the list. He's seen where he's dropped down and, in the player rankings, where the team ranks, all that. And in many ways, I kind of foresee a little version of, 2019 20 Book, 2020 21 Book, where he's like, okay, just taking notes and I'll
motivation there.
K-Ray, looking forward to talking to you all season long. So glad the Suns are back. Thanks for the time, man.
Absolutely, boys. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Let's go Suns.
That's Kevin Ray joining us right there on the Arizona Sports Line ahead of tonight's season opener against the Sacramento Kings in downtown Phoenix.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.